by Terrible General Health System's Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
All right, welcome back, and we're going to talk a little sports here because we have two Hall of Famers up here sitting with me, and I know you've seen them on Bayou Time or Sports, whatever they were on quite a bit here on HTV. And closest to me is Mr. Elzie Verdin. I call him Coach Elzie Verdin, competition boxing coach, Extreme Boxing Club. Right next to him, I know you're very familiar with Justin Verdin. We'll show you a plaque in a little while. They put an E on the end of his name. Disregard that. That's not correct because he does not have an E. Justin Verdin is also the owner and boxing coach at Extreme MMA and Fitness. But two area guys that were inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame. So I want to start off with Mr. Elzie. And let's talk about that. What an honor. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you ever think that would take place when you started?
No.
Tell me the process. I mean, what age did you start getting into this type of work?
I was about 30 years old, and I started coaching guys. They had boxing at LCO, the Rose Cutoff Elementary.
Yeah.
I mean, high school.
Yeah.
And a couple of my cousins had got beat up at the school boxing. So they asked me to train them because when I got out the Army, I boxed in the Army. And they asked me to train them because I could help them out. Yeah. So I did, and the guys that had beat them, they went back and beat. Next fight they had, they beat the guys because, just little techniques that they didn't have.
What is it about boxing? My daddy loved boxing. He could tell you all the fights that they had back in the early days, and I find people that they really get into it, and that extreme stuff, they really get into it. I'd walk in, and Joni, my assistant, would always tell me who's going to be on TV tonight in these cage fights and all that. I'm going, man, that's sort of rough, you know? She goes, I love it. You know, so when people get sort of, I guess, addicted to it, they sort of sold on it, aren't they?
Yes, well, it's my addiction. I don't drink, I don't smoke,
Yeah.
never did, and don't plan on smoking or drinking.
Yeah.
But my passion is boxing. I love to teach somebody that can walk and chew gum at the same time and make a champion out of them.
Yeah. And is it, you know, when we see it on TV, it looks like people are just throwing a lot of blows, but there's a lot of technique that goes with it. And I think people would probably be shocked if they went to the gym for a day and saw the different things y'all were teaching.
That's correct. It's totally different. A lot of people think you can just throw any kind of punches, but it's got to be from it starts at the feet all the way down to the shoulders.
Yep.
So
Gotta
you
be
hit
right.
with everything you got, and a boxer hits about 3 or 4 times harder than a normal guy from technique, and he gets stronger and stronger as he works out.
Mm-hmm. And Justin's been on. First of all, congratulations, because you go in there too at a young age.
Yep.
What does that mean that at such a young age you get inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's pretty good. He was supposed to be inducted long before that time.
Yeah.
So they just missed him because he started coaching under me, under the Extreme instead of the Grown Ball Boxing Club where he originally started it and where we trained at. So that's why he didn't get his, and then getting this award is pretty good. I started doing this in 2005, so it's pretty nice.
I was trying to remember the first times you were coming on HTV to talk about your boxing and then, of course, promoting. So it was 2005?
Yeah, it was in 2005. It was when I first started coaching people, and I was competing as well. You filmed one of my first amateur boxing matches at Thibodeau Civic Center. Back, it was in 2000. Well, I was fighting at that time. It was 2004, when I fought, and you came and filmed that one. I was right after high school.
So I was young and I had black hair, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Things changed. But as we go to the break, how did y'all find out that y'all were inducted? Do they call you? Do they come visit you? How does that happen?
Yeah, they called me to say, hey, we're doing this annual meeting every year, and you and Mr. Ellis gonna be one that's getting inducted with, I think, 5 or 6 other people that did at that time at a local show in Chalmette, and that's how we got it.
And there's your plaque, and of course you said your kids were teasing you about that extra E they put in there?
Yeah, they all pick with me about that now.
But they're gonna redo the plaque, right?
I'm getting another one put in so I could show them, It's
Look
good.
at Mr. Elsie. That's pretty good. That was your own pose, or they made you do that?
That's his own.
No, that's
food.
my own pose.
I was super happy to have it there, have Mr. Elsie there to be part of it. So that makes it even more better to be inducted with him at the same time, since he's been doing it as a kid with me.
Yeah.
I used to hide from him. He used to come pick me up and give me $2 or $3 to go help him spar with his fighter. So it was cool.
I'm always interested to find out, there's always some kind of catalyst or some kind of fork in the road where somebody chose to be a doctor or an engineer, or somebody chose to train in boxing or to go be a paramedic. How do you pick being a boxer or being a trainer? I mean, what drove you to that area?
I used to enjoy watching the Friday night fights in the 50s.
Yeah.
And I used to watch Floyd Patterson fight and a few other champions that I enjoyed watching. But every Friday I was in front of the TV watching boxing. I said, man, I'd like to be a boxer one day. And I got my chance in 1964. They had a boxing club in Houma. It was called Houma Boxing Club.
Yeah.
And Mr. Clyde Smith was the coach. And I started fighting. He gave me a fight. And then I knocked the guy out for second round. And I had a couple of other fights, which I did real good. I won the fights. And then I was drafted in 1966. And they asked me, they asked who wanted to fight, who wants to box. And I was, at the time, I was going to jump school. I was a paratrooper in the Army. And
Thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you for your service.
thank you.
All right. Keep going. I'm sorry.
So anyway, they asked if anybody wanted to box, so I raised up my hand because I had boxed before. And they said, okay, we'll start training tomorrow. So what I didn't realize, I had to train all day for jump school, and that is rough. And then at night, after we get off, I had to train for boxing. I said, what the hell did I get into?
Well, let me ask you, and it's the obvious question, and I mean no disrespect. Were you a fighter as a kid? Did you like to scrap? Or was this just something you saw one day and said, I'd like to do it?
Well, let me tell you the story.
Okay.
My daddy had a ballroom in Grand Bois, Louisiana.
I think I know where we're going. All right.
And anyway, they had fights like every Friday and Saturday. They had fights. And I was only 4 years old when Daddy opened up the place in 1950.
Yeah.
And in those days, it looked like people went just to fight, go in ballrooms and start fights. So whenever they'd come wake up Daddy, they said, look, there's a fight in the place. I used to run and look at the door, see what was going on. And I was only, at the time, 1950, I was 4 years old.
You were curious.
Yeah. So I said, man, all the fights I see, I'm going to have to learn how to fight because I don't want to get beat up like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what made me want to start boxing. So I learned how to defend myself. And today, one of the reasons I coach is because I don't like bullies. So I hate to see a kid get bullied. So what I do, if they come, a lot of parents will come and they say, look, Elsie, you want to teach my kid how to box? I don't refuse anybody.
Right.
And I'll say, yeah, I'll teach him. They say, because he's getting bullied at school. I said, well, I'll teach him. And after a while, they quit bullying you. Once they know you can fight, they leave
Yeah.
you alone.
Did you train Justin?
Yes,
How was he?
he was good.
Was he tough when he first
He
got
was
there?
tough. He was always tough, always tough, and very agile.
It's good when you get a guy that comes in tough and agile. Didn't half the job done already?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You don't have to teach him how to move. He already knows how to move.
So you teach him technique and strategy?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Because I would imagine that some people go in there and they start wailing in the first round and they tire out. You got to pace yourself, don't you?
Yeah, you got to know how to pace yourself. If you go wide open, you ain't going to last long.
Yeah, because I used to ride with the police on the beat, and they say if you get a call on the radio and it lasts longer than 3 minutes, slow your vehicle down because by the time you get there, they tired anyway. The average fight in a ballroom lasts 3 minutes because
Yes.
they wear themselves out.
And they'll say, oh, I fought him for 15 minutes. Damn. Comes to the gym, I'll
Yeah.
teach you.
Somebody lasts more than 3 minutes, they're pretty tough, right?
That's right. That's
So-
right.
So Justin, let me ask you, we got about a minute and a half left. How was he as a teacher?
Oh, he was great. He showed me a lot of power shots, like showed me how to punch hard. I was always smaller than a lot of people, so I had to earn my punches. I'd take punches to give punches. And he showed me so many power shots and teach me the basics of twisting the right way, throwing a hard punch. And it was awesome. Like I said, I used to hide from him when I was as a kid. I see that bus. I see he had a purple van come pick us up. And I used to go hide. He'd come get me out of the closet. You come in the box, honey. You get to spar with some of my guys.
Yeah.
And he'd give me $2, $3. As a kid, it was a lot of money.
Right. But y'all get to go in the Hall of Fame together.
And it was awesome. So I'm glad I kept going. I followed everything that he did and still doing it. And being part of it with him is even better.
And it's got to be an honor to have been inducted at the same time.
Yes, it's great. It's awesome.
Fantastic. I want to congratulate you all. And Mr. Elsie, thank you for the service that you provided for the area. I know it's a bigger sport than people realize because every time there's boxing or cage fights around there, people go and they show a lot of interest in it. So thank y'all for the hard work and congratulations on being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
And Justin, let's hope you get that plaque back right
Yep,
in short order, right?
Yes, sir.
Justin without the E.
that's right.
We don't want all your
That's
kids having a field day with that.
right. Yeah,
Thank y'all so much. We look forward to watching your progress.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. The two Hall of Famers right here on HTV. We'll be back with a lot more here on Bayou Time. Don't go away.